for Democrats. Soaking Americans is a reflex action. Faced with President Donald Trump's pick for a Supreme Court justice who successfully introduced himself to the American public on Monday with a warm-hearted speech that stressed his closeness to his family and his adherence to the law, Democrats seemingly on the verge of a national breakdown did what they do best: demand more money. As reported by the Daily Wire, Trump's official announcement that he'd nominated federal Judge Brett Kavanaugh to succeed retiring Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy was greeted almost immediately by top Democrats putting the arm on supporters for more money to help the Democrat Party. Kavanaugh is a far-right conservative who is known to be hostile to women's rights and prioritizes corporations over people, the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee declared in an email. Daily Wire reporter Joseph Curl wrote, "The message: chip in $1 to help elect Senate Democrats." At the Democrat National Committee, DNC Chairman Tony Perez wanted more money, too. Naturally, chip in $3 to help Democrats regain a majority in the Senate this November, Perez wrote. According to Curl, the only way it will be possible is if we work together, starting right now. You better believe that with Brett Kavanaugh on the bench, Roe v. Wade, affordable health care, labor unions, and civil rights will all be on the chopping block. The big problem for Democrats here is that the criticisms don't have a shred of credibility. As Curl pointed out, the shrieking would have happened no matter who Trump named to the bench. President Trump could have nominated Mahatma Gandhi and the left still would have screeched. In fact, even before the nominee was announced, the Democrats and their media handmaidens were trying to brand Trump's pick. An ABC News Twitter post called it controversial hours before Kavanaugh was introduced. At 9:07 p.m., according to Curl, when the East Room nomination ceremony had barely begun, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer issued a statement announcing that "I will oppose Judge Kavanaugh's nomination with everything I have." House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi also wasted no time, issuing a statement Monday night that called Kavanaugh's appointment a grave threat to women's rights and to our founders' promise of liberty and justice for all. At least those two worthies managed to put Kavanaugh's name in their preemptive strikes. The lefties behind the Women's March proved they were losing it by issuing a statement of condemnation against a nominee they clearly hadn't even identified yet. In response to Donald Trump's nomination of 20 to the Supreme Court of the United States, the Women's March released the following statement. The group announced in a news release, the statement used serious words, death sentence for women, dangerously to the right and so forth, but it was just boilerplate Democrat carping, devoid of real thought. It was the kind of prattle that Orwell wrote about 80 years ago when he introduced the world to newspeak. The reality for Democrats today is that they are faced with the prospect of a Supreme Court nomination fight they're almost certain to lose, and that they certainly deserve to lose. They're dealing with that reality in two ways: letting themselves be carried away by hysteria, losing what little credibility they ever had with voters outside the liberal base, and soaking supporters for ever more money to feed the progressive beast. Neither reaction is worthy of a major American political party. But by now, soaking Americans for money is a Democrat reflex.